This is the Smartish Gripmunk. This Gripmunk's basically the little brother of the Gripzilla. And oddly enough, in terms of drop protection, this case might be better than its much beefier cousin or brother. Let's get into it. Now I am testing 50 iPhone cases to find the best 5. This is review number 18. There are still so many cases left. Because I'm a reviewer, not an influencer, for the iPhone 17s, my scoring system is based on what the iPhone actually feels when it hits the ground on its corner, on its face, as well as on its camera lump. Each case gets dropped 30 times. So when I say it's terrible, it's because I've got the data to back it up. And when it comes to size, this case is tiny. It's in the Apple silicone class. Though between the two, I'd still take this one. In terms of weight, it's going to add 44 grams to your iPhone, which isn't much. And bulk-wise, it's only going to be 55%. It's a pretty tiny case. When it comes to using your iPhone inside the case, the grip on this product or on any of Smartish's products is top-notch. Smartish has one of the best textures in terms of grip for a very non-tacky TPU case. Now, the grip itself looks very, very abrasive, but it's not. The case does have like a contoured grip to it on both sides, even on the camera control button side. So with the grip ridges, the moment you clamp down on your iPhone, it's not going anywhere. Now when it comes to accessing your iPhone, the buttons on this case, they're integrated into the side of the case. And you've heard me say it before, I don't like this. But Smartish does do a pretty good job of matching the height of the buttons on the inside to the buttons of the iPhone. So it doesn't feel terribly squishy, but still kind of squishy. There's no button on the camera control, it's just a cutout, but Smartish left enough material on the top of the button that it doesn't kind of warp out like some of the cheaper cases do. Screen access is pretty good on this case because they're so low. Dun dun dun, what do you think is going to happen when I drop it face first? Now, when it comes to MagSafe, to pull things off only took 8 newtons, and to push things off only took 9.6 newtons. That's 8% below average. 8% isn't much. MagSafe generally still works decently with this product. It's just not going to be as tough as others. Now when it came to a protective design, the corners of this case are around 2 millimeters thick, though the back is a little different at 2.5 millimeters thick. Not very often you have a case where the back is thicker than the corners. This case does have a set of subtle air pockets in the corners as well. I couldn't get my calipers in there, so I can't tell you how thick the wall is, but they are there. Now when it came to rigidity, because of this cutout in the case, it only took 7.8 newtons to bend it 8 millimeters. That's below average by 73%. Yikes. Now before we talk about corner drops, remember the corners of this case were 2 mils. The corners on the Gripmunk, they were close to 4. So almost double the thickness in the corners. But when it came to corner drops, my iPhone fell to 9.4 Gs in the Gripmunk compared to the 12 Plus on the Gripzilla. That's a 9% improvement over the average case. That kind of blew my mind. Now the second thing I measure after initial impact is how much does it rotate? And for the Gripmunk, it was 15% above average. The rate at which it settled was also 40% slower, but because of the below average initial impact, the total force was 4% better. So how does this all make sense? Bad, bad, good, good. I'm starting to see a trend that cases with thinner TPU corners do better because the material actually spreads the impact out. Whereas in thicker cases, where did it go? Like this, tend to create a spring effect when it's just a pure TPU corner. Now before you go slam the buy now button on Amazon for this product, when it came to face first drops, this thing failed. The top of the case is incredibly flexy. There is just nothing reinforcing the camera, the heavier top end of the camera. Now I slam my iPhone a lot in these videos, and between the Gripzilla and this Gripmunk, my screen protector has cracked twice doing these 2 videos. That's how shallow the case edges are. Now when it comes to the camera lump, the design is the same as the Gripzilla. There's just a very thin piece of plastic surrounding the camera lump. So when you drop it on its camera lump, the initial impact is 30% higher, the total force is 7% higher, and the rate at which it settles is just borderline average. So would I get this case if I was a reviewer? The short answer is I'm really on the fence. I don't drop my iPhone a lot in my personal life, so having the grip strips on this product is a big plus for me. Don't like the missing camera control button, and it's very reasonably priced. It's a budget price product. So yeah, I'm kind of on the fence. I don't know if I would spend such little money protecting my very expensive phone, but if budget is a really big issue for you, it's not a terrible choice. I'm on a mission to figure out what the best iPhone 17 cases are. This is review number 18 out of 50. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and make sure you check back regularly to my channel, because the moment I post a review, I'm just going to put it back up or upload it right away so that you guys get to know what I'm talking about. Thanks for watching.